Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, and welcome to this review and just in general this coverage of Movement, which is a new crypto. The network and the project has already existed for some time. They also had an airdrop campaign, which a lot of people got airdrops from today. But I just wanted to make a video of the launch on Binance today. Was launched on multiple exchanges, by the way. It was not only launched on Binance, but also OKX, which, by the way, is also an investor in the project. Binance as well, by the way, but on all the major exchanges it was listed. It's a major project, got listed at a relatively high valuation. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the project, what you essentially need to know, and then we'll talk about, does this project actually have potential and should you buy it right now? That's what we'll do. So let's get right into it. Here you can see the announcement of movement to Binance. They also have the holder airdrops program still going on right now, so I think you can still subscribe to that and gain some move tokens, and otherwise they will do a Binance launch pool later, which is shown somewhere here. I'm not sure where anymore. Yeah, no, here you can see, all right? So 5% of the token supply will also go to the launchpad, a launch pool 6 months after spot listing, and 2% of the max token supply is for the holder airdrops token rewards. But more about the tokenomics a little bit later. Move, as you can see right now in terms of the price, has not done well. We were listed at a valuation at or a price of 92 cents. Right now sitting at 62%. So that's already a drop of about 32%. I guess that's normal. I mean, for those of you who have been around longer know that Binance listings used to always be like this year at least. But now we have actually found some sort of a consolidation here. We'll get to whether you should buy this, yes or no, today a little bit later in this video. But for now, doesn't look too great. All right. So movement itself, if you want to know what it is, it's basically, and we will not go into depth about the technicals here, but it's basically a move-based, which Move is a programming language, also used by Sui and Aptos, which have done quite well, a move-based EVM chain, all right, so, or an Ethereum layer 2 it is. So basically what it's trying to do is it's trying to bridge those worlds and those ecosystems of Move and Ethereum and EVM in general as well together. And there's also sorts of pros and cons tied to that. If you want to know more about that, check out their website. All right, I'll leave links down in the description. For me, I've read more about this and I do know more about the project, but I don't think that's too relevant at this point of time. I mean, if you want to invest in this for the long term, I would check it out a little bit longer. Something I don't necessarily like about Movement is that their mainnet hasn't actually launched. I think that's bearish. Why would you launch your token before the mainnet has launched? Is something I wouldn't understand unless the mainnet was part of or was a new innovation thought of. You see a lot of projects that first have a token, but they already have a decentralized application, and then they launch the mainnet. Movement is similar, but still there's some FUD around that as well. So that's what the project is. Now let's talk about whether you should buy this, yes or no. So like I said, there is some FUD that I saw going around on X. In general, the airdrop that has happened, which matters a lot, like what people think about their airdrop matters. What you can see right here is that for some people, they're not that happy. Other people have actually received thousands of dollars for free with this airdrop. It's very mixed, all right? Whereas Hyperliquid, for example, was an airdrop where everybody was happy. Scroll was an airdrop where nobody was happy. I would say this is in the middle, which is, for now, it doesn't really matter much. I guess it's bullish, all right? Because airdrops, most of them in the last couple of months have not been great. So movement in the sense that it is similar to Aptos and Sui, not necessarily, because Aptos and Sui are obviously their own networks and layer 1 networks, whereas Move is a kind of tying between a layer 1 and an Ethereum layer 2. If you look at the listings of both Aptos and Sui, both of them were not great. Obviously, they listed in other circumstances. Aptos already listed in October. And And then we had the whole FTX drama, etc. So that wasn't a great time to launch in general. But Sui, for example, if you take a look at the launch that had, was also not great. That basically went down only. So if you look at that, you would say it's probably not a good time to buy right now. Obviously, like I said, the market circumstances are very, very different, right? So I do think personally that there will be opportunities for movement. It's a project that is at least trying to actually create some value, and it's backed by some major funds, but also by influencers. So there's quite a lot of momentum and quite a lot of marketing going on right now. The tokenomics are fine as well. They themselves claim that 60% goes to the ecosystem and goes to the users. I don't think that's true. 10% goes to the airdrop. And then you have all these other things like staking rewards and ecosystem initiatives and incentives and liquidity. That's not community, that's not going to the community. All right. So I think that's a little bit bullshit, just trying to up those numbers which they provided to the community and the ecosystem. Well, that's not true. And then 10% to the foundation. That's obviously also, or most likely also, not going to the community. But outside of that, I mean, a lot of these tokens still have a cliff, especially the tokens from the early contributors and the early backers, aka venture capitals. So we won't see those tokens for at least 10 months. So I do think movement has a chance here. It listed at a market cap of $1.4 billion. To me, the most important thing is to actually see some sort of a structure. I would not buy it right now. All right, but if we actually do see on the 1 hour time frame or the 15-minute time frame in the next week, if we see some sort of a range form and we break above that range, then I do think with the funds that are behind them, with in general Sui and Aptos performing quite well, so maybe there being some sort of a move narrative, then I do think it's a good buy. But I would wait for that, and I would definitely not trade this straight after launch, which is right now. So those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know for now. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.